Okay, so this is the unit just mounted onto the backing plate at the moment, mounted in position. And this is a replacement unit. The previous unit, which I've only had for 6 months, but in those 6 months it has done a considerable amount of work. The dog clutch, or I hope it was just on that one unit, but it appears to have been made from something similar to cheese. What I'm actually going to do is, rather than send it back and demand a replacement, because I've only had it 6 months, I'm just going to take it to bits and make a new dog clutch out of slightly more or slightly harder metal is my intention at this stage. Now, I bought the units, all 3 of them, from AliExpress. They cost me this new unit arrived here yesterday. Today is the 1st of April 2025. Arrived here yesterday after 3 days from the date of order, and it cost me £75, so they're not exactly expensive. And if I was to ever have to fit just one power feed to a milling machine like the Warco, again a non-knee machine, it would be on the Z drive. It is used every time I change a drill bit or a fitting in the spindle or a collet. It just gets a lot used, much more than the feed on the X-axis. So, however, the only modification you need to make is, normally the handle would be in the 12 o'clock position. You can't just loosen this hub in the centre and rotate it. You have to reposition the handle if you're having this sort of setup where it's at 3 o'clock. So just check it's functioning. Obviously. So onto the shaft, with a bit of trial and error to get the number of shims required. This feed actually needed less than the one it's just replaced. So a couple of shims. So once you've got the gear meshing nicely, put the key in, and then the brass gear can go on. Almost fiddlier than it needs to be. There it is. And then the key for the handle. And then the handle itself. Now, when I put the nut in the back of this, I literally just do it up finger tight. It just catches onto the nylock and no more. But there's a tiny bit of play between the handle and the gear, but not much. It'll bed in. It takes a while, it always does. Winds up and winds down, and obviously powers up and powers down. So that's it. I can't recommend the mod itself highly enough. The proviso, of course, being the problems with the dog clutch, but it makes a huge difference, especially in my case. I think I said in the previous video that I have arthritis in my right shoulder, and cranking that wheel gets very old very quickly. So this does make life a whole lot easier, and if I had to buy a new unit every 6 months or 12 months, I would, to be honest, be quite willing to do so. But I reckon I'll be able to do something with the dog clutch on the other unit. It's not overly complicated. I should manage to bodge something together out of decent steel, which I'm not saying it'll last forever, but it will certainly hopefully last longer than that did. So that's it as far as the Z-axis drive goes. That's a pretty straightforward really. You can't really do anything wrong. And if push comes to shove, just stick the old shaft back in. Obviously leave machining any metal off the original handle until you're comfortable it's all functioning. But you could replace all that with spacers before you put the nut on, just to test it all before you commit yourself. And also, obviously, the handles aren't terribly expensive if you do make a pig's ear of it. So that's it. I hope it's been useful. Bye.